96 men were engaged for a project of constructing a railway track of length 18 kilometers in 4 weeks of time. After 1 week, it was observed that the work of 4 kilometers was completed. How many additional men should be engaged for the timely completion of the project? Before we solve the question, I hope that you have already watched all the concept videos on time and work plus the model questions on time and work. In case if you haven't watched it, I've given the links of all the concepts and the model questions in the description. So do watch all those videos and get a clear picture of how we are going to utilize those tricks and traits in these questions. So as we can see in this question, multiple men are involved. So definitely we can make use of the chain rule, right? And what's given in the question? 96 men are engaged and the work to be completed is 18 kilometers and the time for the completion of this job is 4 weeks, right? So what is the chain rule? M1 D1 H1 divided by W1 is equivalent to M2 D2 H2 divided by W2, right? Now what is further given? After 1 week, it was observed that a work of 4 kilometers was completed, which means the number of men who are working for that 4 kilometers of work is 96 men and 1 week was involved. No hours is mentioned, so we can ignore these two parts. Divided by the work which was completed is 4 kilometers, right? So divided by 4. And moving on, out of the 18 kilometers of construction work, 4 kilometers is done, which means there is a remaining of 14 kilometers of work, right? And also, out of the 4 weeks duration, 1 week is over, so there are 3 more weeks for the effective completion of the work, right? And the question is, how many additional men is required for this, right? So let's assume that the number of men is going to be M and the number of weeks or number of days is just 3 divided by the work which is remaining to be completed is 40. Now let's simplify the terms. So we can cut off 1 3s are 3 and this should become 32 and this should become 1 4s are 4 and this should become 8 4s are 32. And cross multiplying the 14, we'll probably get M is equivalent to 112 men. So we can clearly see that 112 men will be required in order to complete this 14 kilometers of work in 3 weeks of time, right? And they are asking about the additional men to be involved. So already there were 96 men working. Now the number of men needed to complete the entire job within the given time is 112 men, right? So how many men are added in extra? That is equivalent to 16, right? So 16 men will be engaged in addition for the completion of the project. So we have the answer in option A, 16.